And we are live for some Week 3 Chair League action in the placement ranks. My name is Terrace Baz, bringing to you a match between TAW Calamity and Graveyard Shift on blue and red, respectively. Uh, bit of a graphical thing going on here with Top Drafter. Pay no attention to the map choice at the top, Tomb of the Spider Queen. No, we are on Brax's Holdout. That's right. The new map to the Nexus just hit last Tuesday, maybe the Tuesday before. It's may not have even been 7 days live yet, but we're going to start off with a set of bands here between Falstad and Zagara. To be honest, I'm not really sure what proper drafting strategy is going to be for Braxis. I've only had the pleasure of playing on it about 2 or 3 times here so far in regulation, but Sylvanas can certainly be an addition to a team on just about any map where you have a large pushing objective. Sylvanas can keep the buildings turned off and can really extend the life of whatever Zerg swarm you can get. Something to note, no matter how badly or well you do at the shrines, you will get a Zerg wave. It may be Ultralisks and Hydralisks and Guardians, but even if you do nothing, even if you sit on your hands all game, you'll get 3 Zerglings, and those 3 Zerglings are units that deal damage. That's about all you can say about 3 Zerglings. Tychus is going to be the first pickup for Graveyard Shift. Clearly, one of the things to look for on this map is the ability to hold down a point, to just sit there and discourage people from approaching you, and that's something that Tychus can answer fairly well. He's fairly decent at chipping away at large health heroes, being able to move and fire. One of the 2 heroes in the game, I think, that have that capability. But Graveyard Shift digging fairly deep into their stoppage time, and that's what they're going to start to pick up. One of those heroes that can just stand somewhere and say, "Come at me, bro." And Artanis is the broiest come-at-her guy there is in the Nexus. If you've seen any of the internet videos showing like crazy plays and heroes, Artanis shows up every now and then for just being totally unkillable. Just shields regenerating almost non-stop, and can, as long as he's attacking, he's still a threat. So that's clearly what Graveyard Shift is trying to prioritize. TAW Calamity, trying to figure out how they're going to round out their first half of the draft. Got a lot of options and a lot of needs still to fill on their team. The ability to rotate is going to be a priority for sure. Braxis is kind of unique in that the proper lanes where the minions spawn and the towers are, and they're on the perimeter of the map. They're on the very top and the very bottom, and all the objective stuff's in between. It's not like Dragonshire, where the objectives are on the outside of the lanes, and so you can kind of see problems coming in. Everything's in cloak and dagger in the shadows, so being able to see what's coming, get some vision ahead, or maybe just turn around and fight on a moment's notice is something very prioritized by teams, I would imagine. Again, I'm not. My record on Braxis Holdout is fairly poor, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Thrall and Rhaegar are going to be the pickups for Calamity. Some of that off-the-cuff violence in the form of Thrall and Rhaegar. I wouldn't be surprised if you took the vision talent Farsight here, just to get an idea of what they're running into. Certainly don't want to run slam into an Artanis. Muradin's going to be the band for Graveyard Shift. TAW still haven't picked a big, beefy frontliner. So Graveyard Shift, with the first pick after the bans, said, you know what, well, if that's what you're going to do, if that's what you're going to wait on, we're going to take away some of the premier big, fat people in the game. So no Muradin for you. And TAW, seeing that Graveyard still have to pick a support, say, well, you don't get an Ariel either. If team fighting is going to be the name of the game, then you don't get Ariel's big healing output from large clustered heroes. So Graveyard Shift digging deep into their time. Jaina's going to be the pickup. Fairly strong assassin on this map. One of the important things to Jaina is that if you're trying to hold a circle against her, she can put another circle on top of it, and that circle's very bad for you. So Jaina, a strong pickup. And speaking of circles, it's the Johanna show as well. So Graveyard Shift, just picking up high damage and beefy heroes off the go. So they've assembled their death squad, and they're going to try to just march their way into any point they want. And so far, TAW doesn't have a whole lot in a great position to stop them. Thrall can certainly unload some damage if he can catch Jaina out of position, but everybody else can go fairly well toe to toe if they're careful. But ETC can shut that down fairly well. As we mentioned before, Artanis is a very survivable hero. He can live through a lot of stuff, but the requirement is he has to be attacking through it. If he's not attacking, Artanis is dying. And ETC has a lot of ways to stop Artanis from attacking, most famously Mosh Pit, which it looks like Graveyard Shift has a couple ways to stop, so they might be in decent shape there, but it's always a threat. Even just having to watch for Mosh Pit can make you play a little differently. So a good pickup from TAW Calamity as they go into their last pick. And they could go a few ways. They could get another big fat frontliner. They could try to throw some more range damage in right now. They're kind of lacking on that, sort of relying on Sylvanas. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to pick Lunara for some big poking damage. And get a lot of visibility from Lunara. Her crippling spores can make people visible. Her wisp certainly provides a lot of vision. So I like that pickup, and I also like Brightwing. If you're going to be rotating around, getting free heals just off mana is certainly a thing to consider. So we'll hop into the game here just a little bit, and we'll get going.
Glory to the Horde!
Facility powering up.
We're about to begin.
Gotta cut the mic on, and we are live on Braxis Holdout for some Week 3 Chair League action. On the side of Graveyard Shift, queuing up on the red team, we have Lokiandra on Brightwing, Sarangius on Jaina, Waffle Fries on Tychus, Rev on Johanna, and Zell on Artanis.
10 seconds.
And on the side of TAW Calamity, we've got Doraine on Lunara, Tsukami on Sylvanas, Heartbreaker on Rhaegar, Calypso on Thrall, and Brunio on ETC. Gates are down, teams are marching forward, and without a big middle lane, we'll kind of see how teams decide to collide on here. TAW sends most of their forces down to mid, where Graveyard Shift has a pretty even split between bottom and top. Did I say mid? There is no mid lane, not one to speak of anyway. It's been a long day, and I'm sure you'll get to make fun of me as much as you want. TAW Calamity just trying to delay and throw out a little bit of poke damage. They don't want to get in there deep with